The benefits of facial recognition AI are being wildly overstated. Facial recognition technology has run amok across the globe. In the US, it continues to perpetuate at an alarming rate despite bipartisan pushback from politicians and several geographical bans. Even China's government has begun to question whether there's enough benefit to the use of ubiquitous surveillance tech to justify the utter destruction of public privacy. The truth of the matter is that facial recognition technology serves only two legitimate purposes: access control and surveillance. And, far too often, the people developing the technology aren't the ones who ultimately determine how it's used. Early birds get all the good stuff. Like a great price on TNW 2020 tickets. GIMME. Most decent, law-abiding citizens don't mind being filmed in public and, to a certain degree, would tend to take no exception to the use of facial recognition technology in places where it makes sense. For example, using Face ID to unlock your iPhone makes sense. It doesn't use a massive database of photos to determine the identity of an individual, it just limits access to the person it's previously identified as being the authorized user. Facial recognition in schools also makes sense. Campuses should be closed to anyone who isn't authorized and guests should be flagged upon entry. This use of facial recognition, at entry and exit points only, relies on people's upfront consent to having their images added to a database. However, when facial recognition is used in public thoroughfares such as airports, libraries, hospitals, and city streets, it becomes a surveillance tool, one often disguised as an access control mechanism or a crime prevention technique. In airports, for example, facial recognition is often peddled as a means to replace boarding passes. CNN's Francesca Street pointed out last year that some airliners were implementing facial recognition systems without customers' knowledge. I just boarded an international JetBlue flight. Instead of scanning my boarding pass or handing over my passport, I looked into a camera before being allowed down the jet bridge. Did facial recognition replace boarding passes, unbeknownst to me? Did I consent to this? Mackenzie Fagan, at Mackenzie, April 17, 2019. Airports and other publicly trafficked are. For more on this story, visit the news article link.